So let's talk about ASTM testing standards. ASTM stands for the American Society of Testing and Materials. So they don't just provide documents on windows and doors. They provide standards for testing all types of construction materials: windows, doors, skylights, concrete, wood, steel, anything you can imagine that we as engineers and contractors deal with on a daily basis. Is that there is a standard out there that ASTM has created on how that product should be monitored and manufactured. So there are I've picked out about 6 different tests that a window can undergo or must undergo during the manufacturing process to assure it meets a certain set of criteria. But I'm only going to talk about a few of those. One is the air tightness test, which measures the volume of air that will pass through a closed window with an air pressure differential equal to a wind speed of 25 miles an hour. So ask yourself, why 25 miles an hour? Well, we're talking about air tightness, and this is just a window performing on an everyday environmental conditions. So 25 miles an hour winds, I know here in Mobile we get, a thunderstorm can pop up and we got 40, 50 mile an hour winds in a heartbeat, but just everyday winds can get to that 15, 20 miles per hour speed easily. And so if it performs 25 miles per hour, that just in your normal everyday living, that you don't want air just to be able to come in the building or through the window. So 25 miles per hour is the number that they have selected. So this performer rating is given between an A1 to A3, and of course the higher number means the more airtight the product. Water penetration. So how well does the window resist penetration of water? So this test for water tightness involves applying a uniform water spray at increasing air pressure until water penetrates the window. This test simulates wind-driven rain. So it's graded from a B1 to B7, and of course the higher number, the more watertight the product. So of course B1 is done at a very low pressure, whereas a B7, the highest one, is tested at a pressure up to 75 miles per hour. So this gets into the little bit better wind-driven rain events that we want the window to perform and resist any water coming in from wind-driven rain. Then we look at structural loading. So this has to do with wind loads. So they're tested to determine their resistance to the wind loads. This test is a measure of the product's structural strength. Increasing levels of air pressure are applied to the window to simulate wind, and increasing air pressure continues to be applied until the window fails or can't operate properly. And of course, they're given a rating from C1 to C5. The higher the number, the better the performance. Now, three other tests they undergo is forced entry resistance, impact testing, and pressure cycling.